Hi, my name is Grace, and this is my video for my deployment proposal. So this is my Ubuntu server GUI. We're asked to install the GUI, so that is why we are saying the GUI instead of the command line prompt. And so currently I'm in my promised land user, and the first thing we're asked to do for the demonstration video is to make sure that we've installed web server roles and file share roles. So the ones that I decided to install, I decided to use Samba for the file share roles, and it's actively running, as you can see. And I decided to use Apache for the web server roles, and you see that is actively running as well. To test that more, I will try to access using my website address, which I've used here, my IP address of this device. It takes me to the default page, which means that it's a success. And to access my file shares, this is my file share server here. So I created a file named shares, and so I created users and passwords that you use to access this and share files among departments. So moving on, the next is to the users and the groups. So for the groups, I've been able to, these are the groups here. I have assigned some of them users as well. Some of the users are also in this file. So I have assigned some of them users already. And I assigned family to all groups because it's an executive and he needs access to all the groups. So for the users, so all the users are from here to here, and you're showing their full names are showing. I inputted their full names and the usernames. So yeah, that is. Next is to mount a 40 GB file system. So I've already done that. Yeah, so I've already mounted this at our /data data one mount point. We created a file for us to mount on as a file system. So this is 40 GB, which is already done. The next one is a network. I installed a network manager to help with the network, and I automated it, but I also entered static IP addresses just in case we want to change to a manual kind of form. So to check the status of the network device, just gonna check manager. So you see that it's active, up and running here. So this is where I inputted the static IP addresses. I created like an Ethernet network. So yeah. Yeah, so this is it, and this is the IP address, and the subnet, this is the gateway, and these are the DNSs that I chose. I think would be better. So yeah. That's for that part. And the next one is the welcome message. So for the welcome message, I inputted that into the MOTD file. It's just /etc/motd. Yeah, so welcome to promiseland.com. Refrain from malicious actions. Proceed with caution. So this is the MOTD, the welcome message that users will get when they log in. The next is to make sure to set the system to restart every 2 years. And I did this. etc. What's the Windows file again? Oh, sorry. So I used the cron job for this, and yeah. So this is it down here. This is what I entered. So the 00 is like 12 midnight. Then the 11 is like 1st of July. This is for 2 years, and then the root is kind of the one that performs the action. And then this is the action that I want to be performed. So it's shutdown -R now, basically. And next is the firewall. So I installed the firewall service for this, and which is the to show that this is running. So you see that it's active and running. So the firewall is active and running. So the next is this how it's written now. Okay, so updates, repositories, and packages. So to do this, we can just use the sudo apt. Runs like a general update on the system, be it security and applications, everything. And then you can also use the sudo yum upgrade as well to make this effect. So the next is to install desktop GUI, which we've already done, and that is what we're using. Then the next is to look at our user security and restrictions. So the first one I'd like to recommend is probably using password policies, like you'll be stating when a user can, when the password is supposed to expire for a user, for example, or you set a password for a user generally. So, or for groups, for example, I set a password for the admin. I set a password for like another group. Let's say group. So yeah, so that is set. And okay, so this password is going to be made only available to the users, in the group, or to the employees in that group. So only them will be able to access it. Yeah, something like that. And you can also use monitoring tools like audits for regular audits to audit the system. So I've already installed an audit tool, and let's just say or maybe I can just install that now. So sorry about that. So it's active and running. So this is like a security auditing service. You can also make use of this as well. So um, you can also use permissions, like setting permissions on this thing, just like the way I separate them into groups. You can say that you don't want them to. Okay, yeah, I've already mentioned that before. So thank you very much. There are also things you can use like SSH and so on. So thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed the video.